So you've decided to start a blog. Great. How do you make sure that your blog posts are actually good? By good, I mean one that keeps users engaged, gets links from other sites and generates backlinks from social media, and of course, ranks well on Google. Well, for a new blog, doing any of these things can be difficult. Let's face it, you're new, your blog doesn't have the authority yet, but that comes with time. That said, there are definitely things that you can do that will help your blog performance. Here are the tips that I give clients to increase their blog traffic in just months. Number 1, prioritize the user experience, not SEO. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. We'll talk about it a bit more later. Number 2, show a depth of expertise. Number 3, add something new to the conversation, a unique perspective or new insight. Number 4, add videos, images, and anything else that will help illustrate the content of the piece. Number 5, use keywords in the title, meta description, and throughout the headings in your blog. And number 6, use links where it makes sense, either to internal content of your own or external content. The most important thing to remember is that you're writing for people, not bots. Yes, this is a video about SEO, and I'm telling you to forget about SEO for the meantime. Why? It's simple. Content that's good for users is good for Google. Let's compare an article written for a human versus an article written for Google. The article for a human has great flow. It tells a story, provides examples, and illustrates the point with useful videos and images. It also shares references, all in an effort to help the human walk away having learned something. An article written for a search engine jams in keywords, and it focuses only on answering the question of that keyword, not adding anything new. An article for a human adds something new to the conversation. Even if you're writing an article on how to write a blog, and trust me, there are thousands of articles on that online, you will add something new just because you're unique and you have a different way of doing it. But an article for a search engine will just answer the question generically and exactly, without any additional or fun insight. If you stop here and don't watch any more of this video, you've already seen the most important part. Don't write for bots. But you'll want to continue because the other pieces are going to be what helps you catapult your traffic. Show a depth of expertise in your blog posts. Something that I didn't mention earlier is that Google has actually been discrediting AI-generated content for a long time. Of course, we don't know exactly how they're doing this, but we can make some educated guesses. AI-generated content will provide generic answers to questions. It likely won't include real-life anecdotes or examples, and it won't add anything new to the conversation. That's because this AI-generated content is pulling from sources that already exist on the internet. The blog posts that perform best are the ones that really add a unique insight. So if you're planning to start your blog, think about it. What are the things that you have deep expertise and knowledge in? Are there any things that people often ask you to tell them about? These will make great topics for blog posts. Just this simple exercise will help you a lot more than you think. And it will help you write longer blog posts because you'll have more to say, which also helps you rank better on Google. Next up, add something new to the conversation. Google wants to surface unique content to the user. If you don't know how to add something new to the conversation, here's my tip. Go to Google, type in your query, and skim the first 4 to 5 articles you find. Once you've read through them, identify anything that might be missing. This is called a content gap analysis, and it's super useful. Once you've identified where the gap is, include that piece in your article, or if there's enough meat there, you can write an entire post about that. Next, be sure to add images, videos, and related content to help the user understand the piece. Imagine you just bought a new camera, and you look up a tutorial on Google for how to set that camera up. What's going to be more helpful? A 3,000-word blog post without any pictures or videos, or something that has a mix of both, text-written steps, and images that show you how to set up your camera and your lighting? Obviously the second one. Google likes to see images and videos as much as we do because it helps clarify the content. Of course, this is specifically helpful for tutorials because it helps us reinforce the point and add context to whatever we're reading. Of course, adding images and videos to your blog can take a long time, I know. So if you don't have the time to do it right now, you can always borrow images from other sites and reference them in your blog. It will help. Next, make sure to use keywords in the title, the headings, and the meta title and description. Notice I put this one pretty low down because I actually don't think it's the most important thing. Of course, keywords are important, but there's a lot more to this human-centered content that's way more important. Here's how I normally approach keywords in my blog posts. I'll do a high-level keyword analysis upfront, just to make sure that there's actually searches for what I'm gonna write about. And then I don't look at keywords again till the end. I do my research, I write my post, I add in my images, and then when I'm done, I do an SEO revision based on the keywords that I'm trying to rank for. I find that this helps me focus on the human element of the piece before I add in the keywords. If I did the keywords first, I'd risk writing more for search engines than I did for humans. Next, add links where it makes sense. While I'm writing my blog posts, if there's something that I've referenced from another site, I'll make sure to add a comment with that link so I can add it in later. And I also do a read through after I've written the post to see if there's anywhere else I can add additional detail to an external site, or even better, if I have relevant content on my own site. Then I'll internally link this blog post to the other post where I have more information. An external link might be something like 2023 census data from a government website, while an internal link might be a post on digital marketing that you wrote last month. Of course, these links should be organic and natural. Don't put links into your text just for link's sake. You want to make sure that there's flow and that they're relevant so that if the user clicks on that link, they'll actually find that content helpful. And one more thing with links, you want to make sure you include anchor text. That's just the text that is actually linked. So if you're linking 2023 census data, make sure that that is the text that you actually link, because it tells Google and users what that link is about. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Here are 3 bonus things you can do to write better blog posts. Number 1, make sure that they're over 2,000 words in length. That might seem super long, but since you're writing posts about things you know a lot about, it actually won't be that difficult. 2022 data from SEMrush showed that most blog posts that performed on the top page of Google had more than 2,000 words, so try to go for that. Next, try to add 7 or more images. Again, might seem like a lot, but the same data that I just mentioned showed that blog posts with 7 or more images ranked much better in search. Lastly, add alt text to all of your images. Alt text is an accessibility feature where if you hover over an image, it will give you a text description of what that image is about. It doesn't take that long to do, and it helps users that have visual impairments or disabilities while also helping you rank. So those are my tips to write an actually good blog post. Hope you found this helpful.